Hi, Tom Coley, coach for Buckeye Cable and BCSN, and welcome into another edition of Sports Flash. And it's really a great honor for me to have a chance to talk to an outstanding basketball player from St. John's Jesuit, Mr. Jake Holmes, class of '95. Jake, cool idea here. 50 years of St. John's Jesuit basketball.
Yeah, nice.
You were a big part of it. What does it feel like to come back and see some of these guys and kind of get that esprit de corps again?
It's an exciting night. First of all, thanks for calling me an outstanding basketball player. I guess you do get better the longer you've been out of it. But it's exciting to come back. For me personally, it's nice to see some of the guys that are a little bit older. When I remember being in junior high, and my cousin Marty Holmes, who graduated in '88, every now and then would run me out here to play in open gyms and against some of the guys that especially when you're in junior high, the guys that are playing varsity hoops around town are the guys you really look up to if you're into basketball. So it's been exciting to see a few of them. In fact, I see my cousin Marty just got in here tonight, so I'm looking forward to spend a little time with him too.
Jake, you've also given back and coached the young kids. I know my daughter was privileged to be coached by you. She still talks about you.
Not your your niece.
My niece, Emily. Gosh, one of my things.
Christy and I were the same age.
Christy and you were the same age. Yeah, Emily, and she still talks about you and what you did for her, how you helped her. Then you coached at Ottawa Hills for about 6 years. So you've given back a lot. What did coaching mean to you?
I enjoyed it. I actually was kind of tricked into coaching at OLPH for 4 years, but I certainly enjoyed it, and I'm sure Emily did too. Coach Cole's niece there, she took the most shots, so she probably enjoyed it more than anybody. And I got an opportunity to coach with John Lindsay over at Ottawa Hills for 6 years, and Chris Hardman was on staff there, and I know he does some stuff with BCSN.
He's a great talent at BCSN.
Well, he's just a fantastic guy. He's a fantastic guy. So is John Lindsay. Mike Bowden's been out there forever. I really enjoyed my time there. It just got too much with work and then my own kids, and I wanted to step away for a year or two before I started coaching my son and daughter. So I'm glad I did that, but I certainly miss that group of kids.
So we have a couple Holmes future BCSN stars on the way.
Well, we'll see. They got a ways to go, but I do love everything you guys are doing over at BCSN. When people would talk about any of your competitor cable or whatever satellite stations, I always tell them, how could you get rid of BCSN? You come home on Friday night if you don't feel like going anywhere. Sometimes there's 2 games online, and so many of the guys I played against, the opportunity to see their kids on TV, whether they're playing girls volleyball in town or softball, and then the baseball coverage, and certainly I'm a big fan of the basketball coverage and all that. And I have a couple cousins whose kids are playing now. Joe Freddy, who hopefully will have a big game tonight for St. John's, and another cousin, Zach Hoover, who's over at Central Catholic. I've been enjoying watching those guys play the last few years on the varsity.
Yeah, and Coach Lindsay, you mentioned what a remarkable coach he is. I've had a chance to kind of watch him up close, Jake, and the way he handles the team and just the way he goes about it. That guy's an unbelievable coach.
He is an unbelievable coach and a great dresser too. Have you ever noticed? That's why I had to retire too. I look on TV, I look like a slob, and he's just clothes fit him so much better. No, but John Lindsay's just a class act. Much like the coaches they have here at St. John's, but I certainly enjoyed my time coaching with John Lindsay. Just a class act, and gave me a lot of freedom to coach the way I wanted, and always listened to the ideas I had. Implemented quite a few of them, but if he didn't agree, he was the guy in charge. I learned a lot from him, though.
Jake Holmes, outstanding basketball player, St. John's Jesuit, and a guy that's always giving back in our community, and maybe some kids coming up that are going to be BCSN stars. Right. Thanks so much for being with us, Jake.
Thanks, Coach. Nice to see you.
Tom Coley, coach for Buckeye Cable and BCSN.